Hello everybody, it's Harbinger. This is Wingspan on Board Game Arena, and I'll get back to you when we have our opening hand. And here we are. Okay, so what do we have here? Nothing jumps out too much immediately, so we can always take the Red Duck. Red Duck is great for finding more stuff for the future. It's also a bird that hits the round one goal, none of the latter ones, so we don't need to all in on those kinds of things. Do we like either of the other stuff? Blue grosbeak can count for the three first ones. I don't love it, it's really expensive and it doesn't hit either of the bonus goals. Greater Roadrunner could be a prairie manager thing, but I think we're better off by just picking the Red Duck here and keeping a bunch of food and try to find high value stuff instead. If we can pick up the Western Tangier, we are happy with that. I don't think it's likely, but we can look into maybe making that happen. So I'm going to keep only Red Duck. Do we keep Prayer Manager or Bird Watcher? Bird Counter? Let's take Prairie Manager, I think. It feels bad not picking the Greater Roadrunner when you're picking Prairie Manager, because it's one of the cards that fit really well with that while scoring a high amount of points and gives you the opportunity to get more stuff done. But there is a long time until we can afford to play 3 food cost birds without spending a lot of time to get that food production back. Also, I see that even though I chose to queue up on faster time control, we have entered in a 5-minute time control. So this game might be a little bit longer than we are used to. And blue player is currently spending more time than we would have had allowed to spend in the time control I tried to sign up for. But that's just the cost of getting to join a game pretty fast rather than having to wait for a longer amount of time. So, current game plan is pretty easy. We play the Red Duck, lay eggs on it, and see where we can get from there. Think we spend grains on the Red Duck to play it out. We could also pick up the Western Tangier and play it out just as is. I don't hate the idea of doing that, but seeing that the other guys haven't picked food that correspond with the Tangier, I don't think they are very likely to take this guy. And if we don't get this guy, it's also okay, because we will draw 4 cards each turn, and we are decently likely to get something like this or better. And we don't need to we don't need to spend an action to pick up 1 card when we can spend an action later to pick up 3 cards. So it's like, if this had been a very good card that we could play out of the gate and didn't cost us a lot and just gave us great tempo, we would consider that. But since it's a 3 food cost, it's a little quirky to play. And so on. I think it's just better to get anything drawn while getting a lot more value out of that draw action. A hummingbird, eh? Okay, that is actually pretty lovely. That should give us another free food which also should allow us to play out either this guy or this guy pretty fast if we pick them up. So need to know. We can still afford it. We can draw both of these and still afford to draw 2 cards from the top early in doing that. So let's just see what options we have here. White-breasted nuthatch is cool. Purple martin is great pickup for us. We are going to put that in the grasslands, and that just allows us to be even greedier by picking up a lot of more stuff here. I'm gonna sack the white-breasted nuthatch, pick up both of these guys, so we just are likely to be able to play out either after this opponent here gives us a free food. So yeah, could also consider to play the martin here. That is it's like we could do that and tie first for first round angle, but I don't value the first round angle that highly. Yes, it's points for the end game. I just think it's so much more worth to set up your engine to do the rest of the things you want to do. And round 2 and round 3 cares about playing these 2 guys and laying eggs. So I think this guy will just be a lot better here suited if he is allowed to be there. So dependent on whether or not we get a worm or a grain, we'll play either the western tanager or the rose-breasted grosbeak. So yeah, going to be exciting what we're getting here. If we are getting food, we might not get food, but he doesn't have food production, so he is encouraged to get food production for himself here. What would I prefer here? I think I prefer the rose-breasted just because it has one more food or one more egg capacity. Probably it doesn't matter too much. We can play both of them. They're both decently scoring, which does. If we want to play both of them, maybe we should have played the western tanager first and the rose-breasted grosbeak second. But yeah, if we're getting free stuff, I don't think it matters too much. If we can pick up a cherry with this guy, we that's at least something that can be played for this guy. So I don't think it's that much of a hit or miss. Or maybe we play the rose-breasted, play purple martin, and we cycle the western tanager into something else that we can play here, and that way we get more eggs, we get better card draw. Yeah, we will have to see how the round develops here. Blue player is thinking a lot about his moves. That is of course allowed, but it is a little bit annoying for me that I has to fill more time with dry talking, which is why I prefer the shorter time controls. I also like to think a lot about games as well, but if I'm in that mood, I will rather than playing short time controls, I play turn-based modes, and I have like 10 turn-based games going at any time most of the time. Loggerhead Shriek could be something we could consider to. So we can pick up food here. We can pick up a worm and a grain with the grosbeak, and then we can play out the purple martin. No, we can't. I was thinking we get one more food for some reason, and it's just straight up gone. So never mind. That allows us to Find some more stuff here. Oh, we get actually free food here. Don't mind if I do. I'll take the worm, which we can use to play the purple martin down the line. If this guy also takes, if it gets re-rolled here, we can actually maybe play the Western Tanger in 2 moves here. Pick up, if there's a worm and a cherry, we can do it like that. But do we want to throw everything out of the window to pick up a chipping sparrow? It's really early in the game. Chipping sparrow helps for 2 of the upcoming round and goals. Yeah, I think it's worth it. I also think it could be worth it not to cycle an egg here, just so we can play it out immediately and get more stuff going on. We still get to draw 2 cards and keep one of them, so it's not like it's a bad wetlands action here. And we will throw back the black vulture. Hitting Wilson Snipe is also pretty great. We can actually play Chipping Sparrow, take food, and then play Wilson's Snipe, and just get a really valuable. We get 2 birds for round 2, which has a decent chance to tie for first unless this guy overcommits. If this guy overcommits, that's also fine, because that means that he will have a lot of stuff in the wetlands, but the wetlands isn't a good habitat to overcommit into. I guess that's why I'm using the word overcommit rather than to commit. Of course, it's bad if this guy plays 3 and I play 2, but even then, it's still helping us to get to more card draws a turn. We have the Purple Martin, which we can use to cycle cards in. Yeah, in general, I think this Chipping Sparrow pickup is great, and the Wilson's Snipe is also a great addition. And it's also a very efficient way to turn food into points. Just one worm for 5 points is pretty darn good. And if we get the food web expert, we have 2 birds for that. So I guess if we ever can wish upon a star and say, let the next bonus card I draw be this bonus card, maybe food web expert would be something we could consider, especially since wetland scientist is gone. Anyway, do we have enough? Let's see. Oh, we're taking food again. Okay, I wouldn't mind picking up another worm here. We're getting grains and cherries easier from the rose breasted, so we don't need to rate them as highly. So, if we are getting a lot of free food from this guy, maybe we don't need to build out. Maybe we don't need to build out our own forest that much. Maybe Chipping Sparrow, Purple Martin works better in the grasslands, since this guy is gifting us a lot of food. And he probably would over the course of the entire game, just because he doesn't have built out the forest yet. Maybe we can utilize that and just play the Purple Martin as the first thing we're playing here. And then we can play the Wilson's Snipe, dependent on what the other guys are doing as well. I think this guy... It was this guy or this guy that picked up the house wren, so they could like do a two bird thing in the grasslands. But okay, you're gonna get your second bird from there. That is fine. We are going last, so it is very easy for us to see if it's going to be worth it to play this guy or not. Are we cycling the Tanger? It's very easy cycle the Tanger and they'll have 2 birds for this. Just getting 4 or 5 points a turn when we're activating here is pretty good. You played a 3rd bird, which means that when you go here... Okay, so basically it's not going to be worth it for us to play the Wilson Snipe just to get 2nd place, because 2nd place here is 0 points, and we can't get tied for 1st. So we don't need to worry too much about that. Then the question is, are we... we want to play this guy prior to drawing more cards, but we are in no rush for that. So let's just take the action that gives us the overall most amount of points long term, which is to play Chipping Sparrow here, so that every time we activate the grasslands in the future, we're getting 5 points or more, depending on how much we are activating over here. And doing it since we are recognizing that we can't get points for round 2 here anyway, I think it's completely fine to do to just ignore this goal here. He's gonna get up there. Of course, me conceding this gives this guy a single point. But he has to. But doing this for us means that we are getting more than 1 point more the next turn we go here, and I do value that that as well. So, what are we looking for here? Do we want to cycle Western Tanger? Do we want to cycle Wilson Snipe? Do we want to pick up anything in the bird tray? I don't hate the idea of picking up the Canada Goose here. It's a bird for the 3rd round and goal. We are far behind this player with two wilds already. 2 wilds, while 2 of the goals care about wilds is pretty wild. So we are far behind there. But picking up the Canada Goose could make us ahead over here. It lets us target getting grains when we're getting free food from this guy. This guy also picks up additional grains, so that's also good. It's a nice bird to convert food into points. And yeah, I just like it. Or we could cycle Wilson's Snipe into the Bald Eagle or the American Bittern. Both of them are high scoring. Actually, if we pick the Canada Goose, we are pretty rough for hitting Prairie Manager. Maybe we should have went for Citizen Scientist instead, which was the a bird counter. Oh, you're playing the Crow? Okay. So this is, if we spend 3 food to this is 5 points. If we spend 3 foods to this is 9 points. We are gonna have a decent chunk of food the entire game. And it's not like we need the Western Tanger for to make that happen. I'm gonna pick up which one of them. Think I like the idea of the Bald Eagle. So the Bald Eagle isn't that much better than Wilson Snipe, but it's fine here. Let's take it instead of the Western Tanger. Yeah. So I don't know if I totally agree with what we are doing here, but it is what it is. Do we want either of these? I'm kind of regretting picking Prayer Manager over Bird Counter. Bird Counter is just such a lot of easier way to get 2 points. It's a lot more flexible, while Prayer Manager kind of forces you to not play birds you want to play because it can mess up your bonus card. I think we're still decently likely to find 2 grasslands birds we actually care about playing in the grasslands, but when we don't find it, it looks pretty bad for us. So I don't love that. But we can see what's available for us in the tray after it renews. Are we getting free food here? We are probably going last here. So Tudor gets to choose first, so Kostian can reroll, and then I get to pick whatever they don't want. It looks like they don't want the fish though, because if they had wanted the fish, they could have just picked it immediately. And oh, there's so much fish here. Okay. We could sack Wilson Snipe here to just pick up 2 fish, so we can play out Bald Eagle next move. I don't hate that. That lets us draw 3 cards a turn without sacrificing eggs. It's bad to sack the Wilson Snipe though, because if we sack it, we can't. We don't have to sack it. We can just take a fish and a free cherry. What am I talking about? We get a free fish there. Never mind. We take the fish. Do not discard. And take the free cherry. Yes, and thank you. And confirm. And if the fish is still here, we can even play the Bald Eagle and get a cashback, which is great. Then we can pick up the common loon, play that out for the fish and the cherry we already have. Not that that is particularly interesting to do, but it's the possibility. Wild Turkey is gone. I'm actually really happy we didn't have to sack the snipe. It's a very cheap 5-pointer. It gets us a bird for the final round and goal. And I do feel we are failing a little bit on the round and goals, so it's nice to see that. It's nice to keep one of the guys around. This guy's going to have 3 for the current one. This guy has 3 for the current one, so yeah, we are far behind. Even though we have two correct birds, it's not enough. This guy currently lacks on the 3rd. I'm currently 2nd. This Gymnosynth will be in the forest for the 3rd round and goal, so I don't think we get any help from that part. It would be nice if the opponents could just take their turns a little bit faster. It's of course, if it is like a crucial decision, I understand why you want to think a little bit about it. But you can also think on other players' turns. Speaking of turns, you're playing a turn. Cool. We are playing our Bald Eagle here, Stars and Stripes. And we are picking up the 1 fish. I'd rather just pick 1 fish guaranteed than to maybe get more than 1 on a reroll, because it's like I think it's less than likely you hit even 1 fish, or you're expected to hit like 0.83 fish on each reroll. You can of course hit more than that with an even lower possibility, but it's also like a decent probability that you don't get any of them. So yeah, like that reroll. So having just one fish there is completely fine. What are we looking for in our next reroll, or in our next card draw? I don't hate Prototony Warbler. I don't hate picking up a Common Loon. Common Loon is just another bird for round goals. We can play decently easy. It's playable with food we have in hand already. I don't want to activate it because it's not going to give us any benefits, but we can also just choose not to activate it, so what's the issue? We kind of also want to look for birds with tons of egg capacity. So Warbler fits that for the forest, giving us 7 egg capacity in the forest. Maybe we just need to find some random stuff we can sacrifice so we can get enough eggs, get enough food in a single turn. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to pick the correct food for this guy in the current bird feeder, but maybe we get some help from the opponent here. If they want to reroll, they should give me the dice first, and then I can pick the worm here. Thank you. And then this guy should pick the rodent, so he doesn't get the reroll. But if you need the grain, it's of course tempting to just take the grain, even though you give the opponent a free reroll. Also, fun thing to note, if you don't want to give the opponent a reroll and they're trying to force you to do it, you can just deny picking a food die. And they will be stuck with the foods they apparently didn't want. Did you really need a grain there? You already have 3 grains. Ugh. I don't like the current bird feeder, but this guy also needs to get the Chimney Swift elsewhere. If he is delayed, maybe he's planning to play the House Wren into something else here, and then he's gonna put the Chimney Swift here. Yeah. Anyways, we are drawing at least 2 cards from the top, so let's see what that is. Ferringus Hawk is one of our Prairie Manager birds. Happy to see that guy. And I think Pine Siskian is just going to be trash for us. And pick up the Prototony Warbler. Do we also take the Common Loon here? We are still far behind stuff, I think. 1-star nest, 2-star nest. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. It doesn't give us a great amount of egg capacities, but it is at least something. And we could have had the greater prairie chicken instead. Maybe we can go to the grasslands, cycle the Common Loon into picking up the greater prairie chicken instead. That way we get 5 points while picking up the card. We probably need to draw cards once more during the entire game anyway, so maybe we can just pick up the prairie chicken and just get a little bit more information. What would be ideal if we actually chance into getting another bowl nest we can put into the forest for very cheap, so that we can just get more stuff there. Hit 3 of the current round and gold. That would tie us for second place together with green, and tying for second place is at least 1 point. So that would be really good. Maybe like find the red-eyed beret or something. Yeah, so we can. So since that is something that would benefit us to have that sort of information now rather than later, I think picking up the greater prayer chicken while also trying to find more stuff. I think we should draw cards now. Then we will be at 6 cards in hand, 5 birds played, and that's above the 10 card threshold. I think you kind of need to draw each game no matter what. And now we're gonna have 7 cards in hand, and yeah, so it's like 12 cards, 12 cards drawn. We don't seem to be getting free card draws from the opposition. I'm not going to gift free cards to the opponents either. So yeah. What I think of the opponent's current board states. I think green has a good board state regarding the round end goals, but it's not that developed. It's still early in round 2 actually. I'm just thinking the game should have progressed further, but we're playing with slower time controls, so it's hard to remember where we actually are in the game. Maybe. Ooh, hello. That was kind of what I wanted, but I want this guy and the red-eyed Vireo. Can we get there? That's the Bard Owl. That's not the red-eyed Vireo, but it's at least an easy card for us to discard back into the ether. So that's at least something. We can even play this guy for the food we already have. Or we could just play the Black Chin Hummingbird. It gifts out cherries when activated, which isn't really something I'm too excited about. No, it's like only the common loon can eat cherries, so it's best case scenario, it's half a food for us. Worst case, it's more than half a food from the opponent. This guy has expensive food generation, so we don't want to give him food without due cause. Maybe it's just better to play the Cerulean Warbler, because then we are getting some kind of value we don't hate actually receiving. Yeah, I think that is closer to the ways I actually want to think here. So we are sacking a little bit of food, so we can get up to 3 food dice instead, and that is completely fine to do. If you are dependent on your own food drawing for drawing food, it's completely fine to do such things. Platform builder or bird feeder. We are one bird away from bird feeder for 3 points, and we need to get 3 more for the 7, or we could like find 4 more platform birds. We are running out of space to actually play platform birds. I think bird feeder will be the correct choice here. We already know we want to play both the warbler and the greater prayer chicken, and then it's just 2 more to get to 7. I don't think I love to play grain-eating birds towards the end of the game, but I think it's more likely we get the chance to actually do that than to play 3 more platform birds than we already have, because platform birds need wetlands and grasslands space, and we kind of have a lot of our bird playing planned out already. Sandhill Crane could be good for us if we are allowed to pick it up. I think it's decently likely Kostanen will pick it up. They have the means to produce grains in their own grasslands, so they could place the sandhill crane here and eat a grain, then eat an egg to get that grain back. It might look like a really powerful thing to do, but in essence you're activating 2 birds to get in surplus 1 point. So it's not that great, but it is a way to utilize the crows towards the end of the game as well. And yeah, they are not doing that though. They are drawing 3 cards from the top. Maybe they are picking it up at the black turn here. But in my humble opinion, they already had 5 cards in hand. So they were above the 10 card threshold I like to work around. So if they are going to utilize all of these cards properly here, they need to be able to play like 7 of the birds they have remaining in their hand, which means like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think they actually have that many birds played left in them. So that's just my humble thinking here. So I think it would have been better to lay eggs and spend one of the cards you're not drawing to pick it up instead of drawing 3 more cards here. Even though you're getting a tuck and an egg out of it, so you can get 2 eggs here and a tuck out of it here. You're getting a food here, you're getting a food here. So it's like, do you want to have 1 additional egg, or do you want to have 2 additional cards, which I guess is the break even we're talking about here. Anyway, take the grain and re-roll into hopefully finding a worm. Yes, we are. And then we are even more hopefully also finding another grain here, which we did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are we messing up here? No, not really. We have 1 more turn to do stuff. It was just nice for us to get a free, to be the ones to re-roll the bird feeder when we knew we wanted to pick up stuff so we could play out this guy. Anyways, now next turn we need to lay eggs into these 3 guys so we can tie for 3rd. Yes, we're still tying for 3rd, so that's 1 point. This guy is most probably winning. Oh yeah, we are first player, so they get to do another turn first. No wait, what? Blue is first player. I am a silly fish. But yeah, they get 5, which is a lot more than what we other can strive to achieve. Now, we know we're cycling the blue chin hummingbird. Are there other stuff we could consider cycling? I think we could consider cycling the common loon as well, but it still could matter coming up, so it's not high priority. Do we pick either of these things? I certainly hope not. So let's put you into here. What do we get? We get black-billed magpie. I don't hate that. There are no predators in the opponent's stuff, but it's a star nest for the final round and goal, which I think is okay. Yeah, I have to chew a little bit on this. Maybe we don't need to play this guy either. If we had the possibility to get 4 birds and prayer manager, I think we would have been really happy. But that's just not the case. We can actually, you know what we can do? We can take some more eggs here, and we can cycle into picking up the gray catbird, which allows us to just round off the habitat here very nicely. It is we can use it to get more stuff done on purple martin. I don't hate that, so I am going to do that. This cycle the black-billed magpie to pick up the gray catbird. Thank you. And there's the red-eyed vireo. What? So yeah, if we had that guy, we could have played that guy into Cerulean Warbler maybe somehow, and then we could have laid eggs into 4 birds, and we could have gotten second place here rather than shared second. But yeah, it doesn't matter too much. We still got a point there. Would we rather want to have the red-eyed vireo than Wilson Snipe? Maybe. It's the same food, same nest space, but we spend 1 less turn to play out the same amount of birds. We don't get the option anymore, but maybe we would have wanted to do that if we were granted the option. House Wren, yes, okay. House Wren is actually a lot better for us than the gray catbird because it's another bird feeder bird. So then we only lack 1. It does the same as gray catbird for us, but it costs less food, and it has more egg capacity. So I like the idea of cycling catbird into the house finch as well. Probably gets picked up via the barn swallow here now, so don't get too attached to that idea. But it's nice to just reevaluate whatever you reevaluate your options when you can. Oh my god, we are already played for 40 minutes. We're just mid round 3. I hate these slow time controls. They are so slow. Okay, Bob White, is that something we care to pick up? Don't think it is. So then we just go in here to grab more food, I guess. We don't need the grain. We don't need too many more cherries. I think we don't get. I think we don't get a free food we care about. Maybe since we don't get free food we care about, maybe we just play the greater prairie chicken instead. No, we need to play out the Prototone Warbler ASAP. So let's take that grain. Reroll. Look for this worm here. Get it. And take that cherry. I should have taken the worm of that one to just have the remaining food be more hostile to the opponents, but yeah, or less flexible. Not hostile. It's not hostile. Yeah. So we can dump this 8-pointer into here, which gives us a lot more egg capacity. I don't think blue will be too much trouble regarding egg capacity in the forest, but it might be this guy that actually has the house wren. So at least one of these guys have the opportunity to just spit out a lot more egg capacity, which we need to respect. But for now, I think we are just good playing out for the 20 Warbler, take some more food, lay some more eggs, play a greater pair chicken, maybe if we don't plan to sack a card here, we don't need to play this guy earlier than taking stuff. We do know we want more worms, so we could, and we do know we want rodents, so we can take the food available to us here, and then play Rototonia Warbler, then play Greater Parrot Chicken, then lay eggs. I like that. Doing this ensures that we get the most amount of food we actually care about from this turn. And yeah, so we are about the same point. We are a few points behind, blue, but we have a lot more resources at hand. Blue has a better grasslands than we have. We are looking better for the current round and goal. They have 3 birds for the fourth one. I have currently none. I have plans to play 2, maybe 3, maybe 1. We'll have to see. We will have to see. There's a fish crow, okay. That means even better food production for them in the grasslands. They are going to eat a lot of eggs, so they're now they're getting 2 foods and 4 points in action here. Okay, that's a really powerful action. Don't get fooled. Okay. Warbler comes down here, so now we are beginning to spend our resources and churn those resources into points. Then we're playing Greater Prairie Chicken. I guess in theory we could have played out Faringus Hawk prior to laying eggs, but I think if we don't lay eggs here after playing Greater Prairie Chicken, we could very well lose the round, and maybe we actually lose the round. And if we play the Greater Prairie Chicken as well, you can lay eggs twice, and you can get 2, 4, 6, 8 eggs. I can put 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 eggs on top of the 5 I have in one turn. So yeah, we're beating this guy. We are beating this guy, so we can afford to play out. The Greater Prairie Chicken as long as we don't eat the eggs out of either of these boys here. All right. What we also probably need to decide is, are we actually going to take more food this game, or is this all the food we are going to let ourselves have for the entire rest of the game? I think the latter probably is the correct choice, and instead of drawing more food, since we aren't getting any points here, we should either just play birds or lay eggs. Oh man. So this changes that idea, because now playing the Grey Catbird is worth 8 points to us, or it's worth 4 more points to us, which also can give us additional points on activations. While playing the Common Loon is also worth 8, but doesn't give us that additional stuff. Yeah, let's take Wildlife Garden here. And we probably need to take 1 more food session. Then we play Ferringus Hawk, play Grey Catbird. So that's like final turn is it's 5 turns. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Given we get the food we want. Is that an end game I'm happy about? No. Is that an end game I'm content with? I guess. We can also maybe get something a little bit better if we are lucky here. Are we spending food when we're laying eggs now? To play these guys, we need 5 correct foods. Currently, we have 2 correct foods and 2 wrong foods. So yeah, I'm gonna sack a grain. I know we have 5 minutes to actually do the counting here, but I don't have the patience to actually wait that long and talk about it on camera, which is of course pretty ironic, since I'm pretty good at pointing out to others that oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, yeah, or you could have done this, you could have done that, when they are doing what I perceive to be mistakes. Okay, ruby crowned kinglet. Does that change anything? I guess it's a 7th bird for bird feeder, which probably isn't too relevant. And yeah, you managed to yeah, I forgot about the chimney swift that could sneak up there. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we could have taken food here and played the Ferringus Hawk. Yeah, laying eggs there. You know what? I think that my single game stamina has run out because we're playing with 2 high time controls, and blue player is taking a little bit more time than I'm comfortable with. So I'm not looking at all the options properly, because my thoughts are starting to get elsewhere, because we are nearing 1 hour for a single game played. But that is fine. It's fine. We need to play Ferringus Hawk. We need to play Grey Catbird. That is 2 birds worth 11 points altogether. I guess they are worth. They're going to be worth 7 points after we are deducting egg cost. But they also give us 3 more points here, 4 more points here. So both of them are giving us 9 reduced to 2. So both of them are 7-point plays after we take food once. We can afford to sack a card to just be more likely to get enough food that we want. We have 2 correct foods. We either need 3 more correct foods or a little bit more wrong foods. Maybe I was overzealous when I sacked that single food there. We will see. We will see. Okay. Would we rather want Brewer's Blackbird over the Grey Catbird? Brewer's Blackbird gives us the same bonus. Let's stuck a card. I don't think it matters enough. If we do pick it up, we can. Brewer's Blackbird fixes both Wildlife Gardener and Prairie Manager, and allows us to not go here, which is great. We can spend. So it's like we spend 1 turn to go here, so we can play this guy, so we can play that guy, so we can just lay eggs the rest of the game. But if we pick up and play this guy, we get to just we get to lay eggs a lot more times. Can we afford to lay eggs that many times? Maybe not. So we lay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs that turn, then play this guy. We have 12 egg capacity, 15 plus 2 for playing the guy, so 17 egg capacity. And we're laying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then there's one turn left where we can't really do anything. Yeah, it's a neat idea. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we don't have anything to do the 5th turn. So then I think, even though it fits okay, playing out these guys just gives us overall a little bit more points, I think. Yeah. Let's re-roll. And we, of course, don't get anything according to what we actually want. Let's take those two, sack this guy, hope we hit at least a rodent. We hit a rodent, great. Then we can also pick up a cherry with roast breasted. And then it's not that horrible anymore. Oh, great. Confirm. Confirm. I guess in theory we can also play Wilson's snipe instead and get another bird correct here, but it's not enough to catch. So it shouldn't be done. Yeah, how happy am I with the game we have played here? Not happy at all, I think, is the verdict. We're gonna have a decent amount of points at the end of the game. Gonna have 3 points from Bird Feeder, 4 points from Wildlife Gardener, 3 points from Player Managers. That's 10 points in bonus cards. But we just haven't been able to compete for the round and goals. Blue player has had a pretty strong game the entire game, with just hitting a lot of good stuff. I still think they have maybe drawn too many cards, but it also looks like they're actually managing to spend almost all of them. So what do I know? Okay, Faringus Hawk comes down now, which is finishing off Prairie Manager for us with a 6-pointer. Then we're doing Grey Catbird, and we can cycle Wilson's Snipe twice via the Catbird. We can also lay additional eggs with the additional food we have. I don't completely hate our game plan, but yeah, we could have developed a lot better, I think. So a silver lining is, of course, that we have more bonus cards than blue player, so we probably get more points there. Blue player also doesn't look to win the round and goal, so they only get 1 point on us here. We have a decent chunk of points on green player, so we are looking in good contention for second place currently. And yeah, and I think we have the better grasslands activation. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 points a turn, while this guy gets 4, 5, 6. So yeah, and he gets 5. So we have the better grasslands, but we don't have enough time to actually make that happen. and the 9 on Fringus Hawk is just very maybe. So yeah, it's probably not happening at all, to be completely honest. Okay, let's start to dump birds into here, or dump eggs into birds. We are confirming. Blue, of course, gets even more points because they have, when other players lay eggs, birds. Cycle Wilson's snipe. Roll dice in bird feeder. Lay additional eggs. Cycle cards. So, I think it's going to be too hard to catch blue. I think it's not only too hard, I think it's just mathematically impossible based on what we know. We can catch, we can get, so he gets 6 points here. So we get 2 points here, lose 1 point here, so we get to be at, instead of being 20 points behind, we're 19 points behind. And we can only catch 10 at most if he has 0 on his bonus card and we have 10 on ours. So yeah, first is just mathematically impossible here. And that is to be expected when the opponent gets a grasslands full of birds that are either crows or point generators. But and we didn't get to compete properly for the rounding goals. But yeah, it's of course well deserved. They took a chance on playing the red-winged warbler and the hummingbird in the wetlands early, and they get to look at a lot of cards. And the more cards you look at, the more likely you are to actually find good cards that properly fit your game plan. And when you hit the nut straws, you are of course entitled to win the game. So good on them. And there, and here. I still think we have done the stuff we should have done correctly. Maybe I did some inaccuracies during the opening. I think, of course, playing birds that are this expensive in the early game is really, really harsh. So there is that, and they have 4. Okay, green player has 14 points on foods. That's or bonus cards. That's almost enough to catch me, but not quite. We have 92 points altogether. Blue actually has 0 points on their bonus cards. So yeah, maybe if we had a little bit more luck with our bonus cards, we could have caught up to them if we had known. But again, if I need to rely on me drawing better bonus cards and the opponent drawing worse bonus cards, I don't think we deserve to win this one. But it's fine. Also, it's nice to see that the first player that actually beats us in a while is higher rated, so we don't lose that many points. And yeah, GG's. Still a little bit annoyed that this game had to take over an hour, but it is what it is. Hopefully next game will be at more me-appropriate time managements. That's been Harbinger. This has been the Wingspan at Board Game Arena. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, you guys take care.